Okay.
Oh, hello, everybody.
I was holding my breath. I don't know why.
It's happening. It's happening right now. We're live.
We're live, and it's Thursday, and oh my God, is it Thursday? I'm Danica.
I'm Brandon.
And we're here. Usually our show is best of the week, and it still will be, but today everything exploded, and so we'll have a lot to talk about. We'll be talking about books from the best of the week. We'll be talking about our non-Tubi choice from last week that we said we'd talk about. And we'll be talking about these shifts in the comics industry, which happened this morning.
Yeah, pretty wild. We were out after an ice cream consult.
Oh, yes.
2 scoops, baby. We might explain that. I don't know.
No, I like it better this way.
I like it better that way too. 2 scoops, ice cream consult, and we're having a bit of breakfast amongst ourselves, and we end up getting a text from a fellow retailer. You might know him as the Second False Andrew.
Yes, I see. We already have a few people in here. Hello, Brandy, my darling. I look forward to your post tomorrow. We are going to awkwardly just say words. Meanwhile, you are going to have a much better, more organized, eloquent post tomorrow. So I'm very excited for that.
Sassoufi, Simone. Sassoufi.
Hello.
For those of you who don't know, which is all of you, when I was younger, in the marching band, there was a young man who used to randomly, and I'm 99% sure this is not even close to real French, walk around and go, "Qu'est-ce que tu fais là là?" And then go, "Ça suffit." Anyways, now we use the phrase "ça suffit" in any
Yeah, it's our I am
context.
Groot.
Yeah. Oh, ça suffit. Oh, ça suffit.
Oh, ça suffit.
Oh. Ça suffit.
See? Yes.
Works for everything.
I like Eric. I promise I will get to you, but I like, or I might just stare into the camera and scream. Kind of feeling that. It might happen tonight.
Do you all remember that old social media chestnut of that teacher who was just like, "This is what teaching is like over Zoom." She's like, "Hi, everybody. We're just gonna do a little bit of this today." Ding a ding ding a 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 ding ding. She just screams.
God, I forgot about her. I love her. She's so great.
That was a real good one.
I
and
hope
Eric
she's
says,
doing okay.
Yeah, and Eric says Invincible is live right now. I'm very excited about that. It was supposed to be up tomorrow, but I guess
Oh, hey.
Jeff Bezos loosened up one of his
Loosens up
little pockets, tossed out a little bit of pittance for the masses, a little bit of gruel for the poor, and was like,
into the camera.
"Hey,
Microphone.
y'all, you want some good feels in your subjugation? I got you covered while I go to space."
Don't worry about it. Don't ask questions of billionaires, masses.
I am legitimately excited for Invincible.
Yes.
Because I love that
lady.
comic series.
Woo! I'm your lady. You're my lady. Anyway, I don't know what's going on.
Oh crap! Where's my grape juice? Oh, it's in front of me.
Yeah, dude. Anyway,
we're drinking grape juice tonight.
We're drinking Auntie and Uncle grape juice tonight.
We had a great. Kids, this is your auntie and uncle's special grape juice. You're not allowed to have any of it.
No. I mean, it's gone bad. You won't like it anyway.
It's gone real bad. We left it out in the sun too long.
Speaking of which, wow. Whoop. No.
You got something for us?
I do. Sorry. Speaking of which, because that's an Arrested Development quote, I do have to sadly report that actor Jessica Walter has died, and she is Lucille Bluth, among other things. But we do still quote from Arrested Development to this day. And the original show was definitely better than the comeback, but she was always a class act.
Yeah, and I liked her from Archer.
Yes.
Which was still going
God.
on.
Really?
Yeah. Season 12.
Wow. Good job, everybody. So, yes, sad to say she has passed, but she will live on in quotes and gifts. Damn it.
It's pronounced gifts.
Gifts.
It's pronounced
and
gifts.
memes. Anyway, she is a lovely lady. She was a lovely lady, and we will all miss her.
We give gifts for Christmas in this house. Gifts.
Anyway.
Oh, right. We're supposed to be talking about the big Marvel news today.
Yes. So, yeah, we're going to run through some... Did the cats just not...
They nearly did.
That's
they
funny. The camera just went... So we're just going to quickly go through our best of the week because we knew that it would be kind of disrespectful to just ignore everything that came out this week. We wanted to still talk about how things actually came out. And then... excuse me, I'm so sorry.
You got this.
The grape juice is giving me...
The grape juice is giving you a bit of boops.
Boops. Little bubbles. Little grape juice bubbles.
A little bit of the bubbly.
So I'm going to go first quickly. So we just did a best of the week. We didn't do a past pick because there is going to be some time.
Lots to talk about.
Anyway, I chose Greetings from the Wasteland. It is from The Nib. The Nib's best political cartoons from the worst era. And yes, it absolutely has.
It's today.
And it is also today. Yeah, there's a lot of these comics that were written like 3-4 years ago. Still valid, sad to say.
Love it.
From our descent into the Trump era to our 2020 pandemic, the Nib published thousands of political cartoons and satire on our dystopian hellscape of corruption and catastrophe. Greetings from the Wasteland is 200 pages of our best work from the years that we hope future generations will consider society's low point, featuring comics on our nightmare president, because they are Americans, tech overlords, internet Nazis, climate change, feckless Democrats, coronavirus, and so much more. It also has interviews with the cartoonists.
Ooh la la.
Yeah.
Treating cartoonists with actual respect. What is this? It's not American, I'll tell you that much.
That's not my America. Oh God, I'm so sorry.
That's not my America.
Anyway, it's pretty sweet. So if you like political cartoons, if you like indie cartoonists, if you like online comics, if you like political satire, you should get that book.
Are you a man? Tell people with a truck.
Nope.
Trucks.
Uh-oh. Sorry, I say uh-oh because Max is trying to eat some of Jim's cast-off fur.
Trucks.
So good job, Max. Good job being a dummy.
For mans who need you to know that they're strong.
I'm
Alberta
sorry.
commercials.
It's like he's got this like fur just sticking out of his mouth and doesn't quite know what to do with it.
He'll be okay, I promise.
He's a very stupid boy.
He's our baby. All right, my
He's
best
not.
of the week. Very quick.
That's Joy now.
Oh yeah, she's the baby.
Oh, okay. One sec. I'm gonna spray him. You go ahead.
I would, but it might be in the way, in the line of fire.
No, I was trying to be good.
I am super excited for the collection of We Only Find Them When They're Dead. It's an amazing sci-fi series that takes a hard look at capitalism, but in the realm of harvesting space gods to feed your family.
God meets.
So that stuff's happening. And I super adore it. Al Ewing is one of the galaxiest brain people happening, and Simone DeMeo draws some pretty pictures. We talked about it a little bit on Tuesday. We got a lot to talk about, so just know that this is dope, and it'll only cost you a wee $12 Canadian to get your hands on 5 issues of comics that I highly recommend. Eric, we hope that your stuff will arrive on Friday. Admittedly, as things went cuckoo bananas,
Yeah.
And previews shipped in a weird way. I have written down in our calendar that shipping is for the 31st, and it is not because previews is out this week.
Yes.
So
We are going to get that out tomorrow. So that means it'll be picked up at 5 p.m. from Canada Post. Unfortunately, that does mean you won't get it for your birthday. I am so sorry.
we can arrange that.
Okay.
We'll make that happen.
Yes. Also,
And thank you for being rad.
happy freaking birthday
Happy 29th birthday,
for the 7th time. I actually don't know how old you are.
Eric. When all of this is said and done, we are going to need to what's the beer version of adult grape juice? We're gonna
Wine?
need to drink wheat juice together.
Oh, right. I'm so sorry.
Some wobbly pop.
Well, wobbly pop, yes, but also that's so central, Alberta. No, wheat juice, yeah. I think oh, what's that good, like, really, like, wheatgrass, like a wheatgrass smoothie or whatever? That's a thing, right?
Oh yeah, they do that stuff.
And so you can play that on as beer. Wheatgrass.
yeah.
Smooth.
Central Alberta, born and raised on the hay bales is where I spent most of my days. So yeah.
Oh, Kool-Aid and vodka. That sounds awful. Hello, we have someone named Matt.
Hey, Matt.
Hello, Matt.
I know Matt.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How do we know Matt? Or how do you know Matt?
Childhood acquaintance friends.
Rock on. Hi. Hello.
Yeah. Brother of one of my best friends when I was a kid, and all around cool person.
Sweet. I love it. I'm so happy. Thank you for commenting. Yes, 46 will be bliss. I think so. I'm at 36, so I mean it's pretty great. Maybe it's like a 6 thing, you know? I don't know.
Inside my heart, I'm gonna live forever, so age is no problem to me.
You know, you're only as young as you feel, or as old as you feel, or whatever they say.
I'm an elder god, and I will never die.
Yes, I am an eternal. Anyway, so we've been drinking a lot of grape juice tonight because today has been flippin' rough.
Matt, you do have some awesome hair, especially in your new profile pic, which went up a little while ago. Dope. You're looking great. So yeah, what do we want to talk about first? Are we gonna string these people along and wait for the Marvel stuff at the end? Or are we gonna talk about the Snyder cut first?
Oh my god. Okay.
It's called I watch too much wrestling. It's called building the anticipation.
It is. Okay. The only reason I'm not going to skip over it, because if it was just a Tubi thing, I would have been like, well,
fair.
We'll talk about that never, is because we promised, and it's been such a huge deal for the internet for like the last 2 weeks. So we did watch Justice League.
Yeah, we did.
2021. And a lot of it was a lot better, significantly better. And a lot of it is still junk.
I like what Brandy said today.
Oh.
I'm not the only comic retailer that didn't get much done today, right? Oh, we got next to nothing done today, my friend.
Next to nothing. He went for deliveries at about 4:30, and I had like 3 customers in and like a weird drunk lady, and so I had to deal with that. But after that, there was like a good hour there where I was like, I have things to do, and I sat there, and I was flipping useless.
Because you got to watch the people who are, as I discovered, literally putting your product on the floor underneath your fixtures.
Your feet. Anyway, we have, oh, this is great. We have Andrew. We have Austin. This is awesome. Thank you. Hello.
You know, Andrew. You know. And if you don't, we're going to inflict it on you.
Inform you. So we will, I promise, talk about the Penguin Random House because that is the big deal, but I have to get this out of the way.
We're saving the bombs for last.
Yeah. And so I guess since we're glossing over a lot, we don't actually have to worry about spoilers because I don't really care about going into stuff.
The best small description that I've heard of the Snyder Cut is it is Very watchable trash or unwatchable art.
Yeah. There was like a good hour I would have cut. Like if it was my director's cut,
Yeah.
I would have gone with that one, but I would have sliced like an hour. Basically, I would have sped up 90% of the slow motion shots, which definitely extended it. And it was like, there was an hour there where I was like, can we just go to bed? Can we just go? I want to die. And then that was
at an hour and a half.
Yeah. And then the last, okay, that's fair. So it was like a 2 hours. And then the last hour, maybe 45 minutes, I was like, oh my God, I can't sleep. This is amazing. So like the last chunk was like.
The climax literally had one of the best sequences I've ever seen in superhero film.
Yeah, no, it fixed the problem in such a different way and such a better way. But I won't spoil it because I don't want to go into it.
Yeah, we're not popping up the spoiler thing, I guess, right now.
No.
Mostly because I didn't get it ready.
No, don't worry about it.
Was going to get it ready. Things went sideways today and we had to figure out all kinds of new stuff and plans.
So like negatives about the movie, just because we're like barreling through. Too much slow motion. Too much weird dude stuff, which I mean, come on, it's DC, of course. Too much dudes not talking about their problem. Again, it's a DC thing. It's a Marvel thing too. Ooh, I like that. Yes.
As somebody who went to film school.
Oh, who might you be talking about?
I have no idea.
I was in the acting side, girl. I don't know how to edit. I did sound, so I know how to appreciate sound, but edit, no thank you. Bonuses, really positive things in my mind. Cyborg, his entire plot line was just bonkers and amazing. Seeing Cyborg's dad was great. I love that actor. I think he's great in everything. Papa Scandal. He's my guy.
For folks who don't know, he played the dad on Scandal.
Yes.
And that's why I call him Papa Scandal.
He's Papa Scandal and Papa Cyborg.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, so great. He's been in a million things. I love him. So everything Cyborg was amazing.
Yeah, super weird that the things that were cut from the Joss Whedon version were most of the Cyborg backstory. Iris West, also a black character. Ryan Choi, not a white person.
Yeah.
There's some kind of theme there, and I just can't like wrap my brain around it.
White feminism. I'm
just gonna try and eat the microphone.
I'm just gonna. I don't cough there.
You got a little thing?
Yeah.
Whenever anybody says the words Joss Whedon.
No, I heard it called Justice League the other day, and I was like, "That is perfect."
Justice League is a good phrase for the original.
It is. It's real bad. There was. Thank you. Yes. I mean, like seriously, he might have been like the guy in 1998, but like you got to grow past that. It's a little bit past 1998.
It's that whole thing, and it happens with like power or money or whatnot. But they actually have like done tests, and a certain level of money actually causes people to develop sociopathy. And it's like measurable. And I feel that same way with power, and I'm pretty sure that's a little bit of what happened. Also nepotism, because dude comes from Hollywood royalty.
Excuse me. Sorry.
Hollywood built on nepotism. Oh, and a lot of things.
Oh yeah. Okay. So other good things. I love Flash. I love that Flash. I legit can't remember why Ezra Miller is problematic or not, but I
believe they. Yeah.
They. Anyway, I still think they really play good Flash. So I don't remember.
A super good Flash.
Ooh, yes! I've wanted to read Hood Feminism forever. I can't remember if I follow Mickey Candle on Twitter or I just get retweeted her a lot. But yes, that is on my Storygraph to read list. So thank you.
It gon' happen.
Yeah.
Things that I liked about the movie. I could actually follow the plot. Things that happened had consequences. and a lot of other stuff. There's the problem.
There's one of them. I did not know that one. I knew about all the dealings with the actresses and the cheating on his wife.
I think we're talking about Ezra, maybe.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Because you asked about.
Oh God, you're right. Sorry, I have a whole tear on Joss. Anyway, that's not good. Don't choke people who like you. Choke people who consensually ask you to choke them. That is the only scenario where that's okay.
Don't choke people until they ask you.
Exactly.
And always have a safe word.
Exactly. Okay, I'm gonna look into that. Thank you. Unfortunately, I still think they play really good Flash. So I'm a garbage person. I understand this. Thank you. Yes. Apologies. Yeah, I haven't thought of that actor in a long time, so I had forgotten their pronouns.
Yeah, that's because the Justice League was dumb and bad.
And like even the really creepy butt shots of Wonder Woman, by the way, gross, were not enough to keep you awake, you know?
I feel like there was less of that in this, actually.
There was 100% less of this. Now, even though the Amazon costumes were the same, terrible metal bikinis.
That they changed from the original Wonder Woman movie. Why?
No reason.
For titties.
For titties reasons, yes. I'm so angry about everything.
The funniest part is you walk away from that movie having gone through it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's Stockholm syndrome. I don't know. But you've like been trapped with the movie for 4 hours on your own volition, to be fair.
Yeah, it's worse if you choose it.
And you get to the end, you're like, oh wow, that was surprisingly good. Oh, gross. Is that Jared Leto? Oh, ew. No.
Oh, that entire epilogue I didn't need. I don't care if you're leading into what now the Snyder Bros are full on release the Snyder universe or something. And I'm like, I don't want you to talk on the internet. I respect Snyder and everything he went through. And I think this film was better. But because you gave those dudes an inch, they are going to take a mile.
Yeah. One note that was pointed out to me when I was going for an easy dunk. His daughter's favorite song was Hallelujah, and so when it plays in the credits, and I was like, of course he did. Ended up changing to, oh no, of course he did.
Oh my God, no. He dedicated the movie to her. Like, legit, that is fine. Like, that is a tragedy. My problem with release the Snyder cut, the hashtag and the whining was the people asking for it and demanding it and not shutting up until they got what they want and give the baby an effing pacifier.
Yeah. All the bros that he set fire to only the day before the cut came out. He's like, I don't need y'all no more.
Yeah.
I don't need your toxicity fueling this because the cultural landscape has changed and it is not savvy for me to do so.
Yeah, see, I would have been more amiable to re-experience the movie had it not been for everyone whining for 2 years. Just whining. Like, I get it. This is why Criterion exists. So there's director's cuts of things. That's fine. That is normal. This was annoying. So while there was a lot that I enjoyed about the movie, and yes, Austin is absolutely right, don't watch the epilogue. It's not worthwhile.
Don't do it. Also, if y'all are out there thinking like, man, I don't have 4 hours, it is actually sectioned out into parts.
There are chapters.
And you can stop. I would suggest 1 and 2 together, 3 and 4 together, 5 and 6 together, 7 and, if you want to, the epilogue together.
Yeah, anything that Jared Leto was in, I was like, oh. Like, I hadn't seen Suicide Squad, so even the, 5-10 minutes this was way too much.
Oh, he was like...
It was awful.
Man, I'm trying to think. It's like he's trying to approximate acting, and he's like, no, it's basically like he saw Nick Cage and went, yes, and...
Do you think he watched Face Off? frequent viewers will know that we did watch Face Off for one of our Tubi views, and Nick Cage was like a 12 on the Nick Cage level. It was a lot.
For those of you wondering, the Nick Cage level starts at 9.
It does. Oh, that's fair. So he was like a 16.
Yeah.
I know. I hated everything that he did in that moment. I don't think I've seen something since My So-Called Life that I've liked Jared Leto in. I cannot.
Oh
name one
no,
thing.
I forgot about that.
I know that's the only good role he's in because he's quiet and he leans a lot, and that's it. That's it.
It's before, again, it's the sociopathy thing, right? It's
Yeah.
the like you kind of buy into your thing and nobody tells you no, and
Mm-hmm.
and then you're just like, this is what life is. This is what life is.
No. Oh my god.
There you are. That's right.
Hey, Tyson's here. Hello. Stick tap to Face Off. I like that.
This is our third Andrew.
Oh my god, I love it. We're collecting Andrews like we're collecting Stevens.
Yeah, we have the one true Andrew, the
Yes.
second false Andrew. Can you think of a good thing for a third Andrew? Anybody out there, including the Andrew who's watching?
Yeah. You can pick your own nickname. We'll give it to you.
Yeah. Normally it's taboo, but
Yep.
when it's a bit and we're a little too tipsy to think of it, y'all can make your own.
Thank you. Jason's in having My So-Called Life issues, and I love this. So yeah, no, sure. Do them in order, whatever you want. Jason says, I'm still mad at him for cheating on Angela with Rayanne. Yeah. Also, Rayanne, what kind of best friend BS is that?
That's not cool. That's not cool at all.
Have you seen that show?
Remember when we first met?
Yes.
And
did we both have?
Yes, we did.
Okay, cool.
We had to get rid of a set.
We did. So My So-Called Life was one of the doubles we had when we moved in together. So, I mean, you know it's right when. I love it. I gotta watch that again, but I know the Christmas episode is gonna just destroy me again. It's a dumb show. I love that show.
It was real good. It was a hard thing to watch, but mostly because we were teens.
Yeah.
And we were like, it's the meme. I'm in this picture and I don't like it.
Oh yeah, no, like we were all Angela.
I mean, I definitely was because I was a teenage girl when I was a boy.
Like if you were Rayanne, you had to think of some questions in your life, but generally we were all Angela.
I also remember when we smooshed together our VHSs and whatnot. All of our VHSs that we had.
All of her.
Everything that we have VHS. We took all of our DVDs and put them onto VHS. That if a person walked in, knowing what we do and who we are, they'd be like, oh, the Gilmore Girls. Danica, you watched Gilmore Girls? And she was like, get the fuck out of here. That's his.
I watched it.
Get the
I
heck
did
out of
not
here.
Own it. I'm trying really hard not to swear. And I'm definitely tipsy, so it's harder. Yes, Jason says it's on Disney Plus. That is more convenient. We literally have the DVDs on our shelf right now, but that is actually more convenient to just watch it and have the TV do all the work.
Partly because our DVD player is behind glass. That's really hard to move because we retrofit our stand to prevent a geriatric cat from peeing on things.
Yeah, this is a thing we actually have to worry about now.
She likes a backsplash.
The first time you said that the other day, I was just like, oh God, that's true.
Anywho.
Oh my God. Okay, so do watch Justice League, don't watch Justice League. It's up to you. Just probably don't watch all 4 hours in once because it's long. There's a lot of really good moments and a lot of really bad moments where you're like, that's not that character at all. Yikes. Anyway, let's switch topics.
All right. So, hey, folks. Any news today?
It was pretty quiet and oh my God.
Yeah. So as we started talking about and then completely abandoned, the second false Andrew young fancy retailer here in the city. Fancy man.
He is a fancy man.
He is a fancy man. We adore him.
We like and admire him.
Yeah. Sends us a text that reads, "Vamping." Vamping.
Everything is garbage.
I mean, kind of.
he did send us.
Everything is garbage.
He sure did.
That's Andrew's vibe, and we appreciate that because a lot of times that's our vibe too. Matt says DC does really good animated films, and Tyson says because they're based on the graphic novels, and that is legit. I actually had a customer in today. I don't know his name, so I can't like dox him or anything. So yay. He was talking to me about
Don't dox people.
No, God no, I was making a horrible joke. Don't dox people. About how he kind of got into like John Constantine, and so he watched one of the DC animated movies, and he was like, I really like this guy. I think he's really cool. I would like to read some of his comics. And so I sold him volume 1 of the Cy Spurrier series.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Alrighty. So, the Second Falls Andrew kicks off with, "Holy frick! Marvel's going to distribute through Penguin Random House. Diamond is going to have an arrangement with like Universal, where we get our DC stuff from, where with DC where you can order the floppies, but they'll be getting it supplied by Penguin." This is a pretty freaking big deal.
It's huge.
Because Diamond has basically had a stranglehold ever since Marvel, back in the heady days of 1993, 94, swanned off to try and purchase their own distribution system. It didn't work out because that distribution system didn't have the structure to do national distributing. They were a local distributing people thing.
That is a very bad plan when you have a national market. Please don't eat the microphone. Those were very expensive.
When I get drinking, I get chompy.
I know. We're going to have some chips and snacks afterwards. Carb up so I can go to work tomorrow and not be hungover. Whee! Yay!
Corpse?
Yeah.
We all know what you mean, Matt.
That's fine. We get you.
Here's the variant edition guarantee. This goes for everything.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all walk in and go, "I love Spider-Man. He's my favorite DC hero." We're never going to be like, "Get the heck out of here." Get the heck out. We're never going to do that.
No.
And on any scale, including like mispronunciations, misspellings, whatever. For one, we're all freaking human. For two, it comes down to a phrase that was relayed to the world. I say the world. It was on a podcast. Fraction was talking about frequent collaborator that he has. His name spelled DAVID AJA.
Mm-hmm.
And the interviewer was like, "How do you pronounce his name? I've always been confused about this." And Matt goes, "I'm actually glad you brought this up because there's something that he has told me in the past. It is pronounced Davidaha." And he says, quite casually, "I do not care how you say my name so long as you're thinking of me. We don't care how anybody says anything as long as we can understand what they're thinking, what they're saying, what they're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man is my favorite DC hero. Means I love that character. That is fine. The only time we will correct them is if they need the information to proceed from there.
Mm-hmm.
If we feel that it would be helpful in a situation. If it's not going to be additive to someone's experience, we're not going to connect. We're not going to correct anybody." So I agree. Screw Diamond.
I have this is Joy, by the way. She's actually not usually here.
Yeah, she usually does not make the appearance on the podcast.
Hello.
On the streams.
She is our youngest. She's 4 now or 5? 4. She's 4.
She is our chaos beastie. She is our void.
She is our tiny void. We love her. and we foster failed when we were fostering for a local place called Zoe's Rescue Society.
Very great place.
Absolutely. So I just want to do a plug because Joy is amazing. If you are local Edmonton area and you want to adopt a cat or dog, sometimes I think they have bunnies, but you generally cats or dogs.
Yeah.
Zoe's Rescue Society is amazing. They don't have like a main place. All of their pets are fosters.
Mhm.
And I took her in and I went, I can't give her up. I'm so
Just
sorry.
don't keep
She's
her.
gonna stay. So I tried to foster with Zoe's and I ended up with Joy. And I went, well. So
And
I
that's
love
part
her.
of the reason why we have 4 cats.
We have 4 cats and I love them all.
Mhm.
And I can't get rid of any of them.
Heck
I've
no.
tried. I'm just kidding.
No.
Oh my God, no. I'd get rid
We
of
could
you
never,
before
yeah.
the cats. Seriously.
That is
like,
true.
you'd be fine. The cats, they would be like
You'd be
tragic.
fine. You'd figure it out. You'd figure
You'd
it out.
figure it out. Anyway, so I just want to say that for local folks who are thinking of a cat or dog.
Yeah, I would. If you kick me out, I would try and just go next door to our new location coming soon in the summer, and just take showers and stuff.
I mean, there aren't showers in that one, but you can like.
I said next door to it. Yeah, I would just go to the place next door to our new location.
Oh, the doggy cafe.
We literally went through a place with showers. We went through 2 places with showers, actually.
Okay, but it's more funny if you go take a sponge bath than the doggy.
In the
cafe.
doggy cafe? Yeah, that's true.
Anyway, no, yes, Austin. Maybe there's a new location.
It's gonna happen.
We can't announce anything concrete yet, but yes, the plans are that we will be moving in the summer.
We have timelines for announcements, and one of the qualifications has not happened yet. So we will let everybody know.
Yes, that was a slip on my part. I definitely got a little loose lips, sink ships, and all that.
Whoop whoop. Anywho.
Yes. Oh my God, we need to talk about this thing. I'm so sorry.
So
Maybe the grape juice wasn't a good idea for the live show.
we needed it after this day.
We
so
needed it. Oh my God.
what this means basically, because Penguin and Marvel co-released basically 22 pages of FAQs with the 2-page ender of just like, need an account with Penguin Random House? Fill this out. Still, there were people asking questions in the retailer forum that were answered in the PDF.
Like
That was shared with
legitimately
them.
all of
Yeah.
them.
So great job, everybody. I love most other retailers and not just the small group of people that we talk to.
That's true.
And
Can't stop laughing.
so there's this long PDF that comes out that answers questions from every angle, that covers information several times but in different formats, so that people who are just like, well, that's not a question I have, will still get the information when they come across it, because they're skimming ding-dongs. Skimming ding-dongs is a game that's played at some more ribald establishments.
Skimming Ding Dongs is my Weird Al Yankovic cover band name.
I'm okay with this. So going through this list, it actually tells of a roadmap of sorts. Now, this is something that DC was missing, admittedly. I liked that they made a move. I believe with everything happening, they made a move very hastily, partly because their contract had already been up for a while, and Diamond had basically sort of forced their
Pooped
hand to
the
like,
bed.
they were like, put up or shut up type of deal. Like, here's what we're gonna do, and you can't do this.
Yep.
Nice.
I think Alanis is mine.
Sharon, Lois, and Bram was mine.
Oh, I don't count kids stuff, so I don't know. Maybe?
If I'm being super accurate, Lee and Sandy Paley,
I don't know who that is.
the Ballooner Landing people.
What the hell is your childhood?
Before they were on Ballooner Landing, they were going around to small communities like, Penhold, baby.
Penhold.
Doing concerts for children.
I love it.
So it was either them or Charlotte Diamond.
Oh yeah, he always sings "I Am a Pizza," and that's how I know that song because I did not know that before
du
him.
fromage.
Avec du fromage.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I don't think I ever saw Sharon Lewis and Bram because I always watch the CBC. Okay, sorry, only Canadian kids know because Brandy. I'm so sorry. The CBC Christmas special. I watched that as every year until CBC stopped playing it, and then I was very sad.
The Elephant Show was dope.
Yeah, I know. I was like, it was like a Canadian tragedy when one of them passed. It literally was. Anyway, yes. Okay. So Andrew says, I do love that you deal with the public every day. I'm like, whoa, people don't pay attention to words. Oh, we know, Andrew. People don't read signs. It's so bad.
My biggest pet peeve is, so there's folks who come in and do stuff, and then it's things where it's your literal job.
Yes. Is to read things. You sell books. We expect you to be literate.
You need to communicate these ideas, and you need to internalize these ideas to actually function at your job.
It's too hard,
and
Brandon.
I will say that's the disconnect. Whereas, like, I understand folks who are coming in and like their goal in the store is just to have fun. That's a good goal.
Yep.
Y'all don't want to read when you're having fun. Except for maybe in the comic store. However,
how dare
it's just
you?
one of those like, hey, to get to enjoyment, read some instructions. No, thank you, sir. It's the job thing that really gets under. It sticks in my craw.
Oh, your craw.
For folks who don't know, the craw is located here. That's the craw.
Really?
Yeah, Central Alberta anatomy lessons. This is the craw.
Okay, I'm just backtracking slightly. Diamond was Austin says Diamond was really bad at paying people back too, if I recall correctly. Yes, that's because they let their pals float for a long time, and so they didn't. So like that's why 2 weeks into the pandemic, they straight up were like, "We're not paying our vendors." And so we're going to shut down.
Yeah, they shut down entirely.
Yeah, it's because they were like, hey, retailer bros, because they would be, don't worry about paying us. It's totes okay. And then they shut down.
Yeah, so what Danica's referring to is for years and years, places like, say, Mile High Comics racked up with Diamond $1 million worth of debt.
They said this themselves. $1 million.
You let people rack up $1 million worth of debt because they're good for it. They're good for it. Comics has always been sort of like this old boys club and really perpetuated by Steve Jeppy, who, when he announced the comeback of Diamond, stated that it will be very good to have pandemic era collectibles on the stands.
Ew, he's so tacky.
Super chill man who is definitely a good person.
I love Brandy. Gabe just walked by and caught some of the stream and asked, are they tipsy? You can tell Gabe that we are.
Yeah. So normally we sort of have this energy, but today we've actually been drinking.
It's like softening my anger, so it's probably a better thing. But also, hi to Gabe. Hi. I consider him a pal, even if I've never actually talked to him, because everybody that works at and represents Distant Planet Comics is a pal. So Gabe, Alonzo, and I think that's everybody. They're rad. Also, wow, Jason, stop murdering your friends and sticking them in the sewers.
Allegedly.
I mean, sorry.
Stop allegedly letting your pals float.
I'm so going to pay for this. I feel like there's a couple people that are going to come in tomorrow and be like, Danica, you were a tipsy on tomorrow's last night's show. And I'm going to be like, I know. But you know what? I'm the boss and I can be hungover on Fridays. Anyway, yes.
Doing
Here's
the floppy hat and the big glasses tomorrow.
Oh my god, I need a floppy hat.
You need a floppy hangover hat.
Okay. Goal. Find a really good big hat.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have one. So if I had like a weird online store wish list, I would make you buy me one, but I don't have one.
Speaking of hats, I'm repping my brother-in-law's company, The Olympic Way. Definitely do not look at their content.
That was unintentional.
It's some stuff. Olympic spelled with a K.
Yeah, it's hardcore Central Alberta, so there's a lot of misogyny.
Real Central Alberta, kind of misogynistic, very. And if y'all want to
I'll be right back.
steal some IP and get it silkscreen, they'll do it for you. I know my family's not watching this. Please do not tell them to. But I like the hat. It's a good hat. It was payment for helping them out with some starting business stuff. Anyways,
so
Diamond,
random.
yeah,
Where are we
Diamond
even?
runs their company like garbage.
Yeah, they
So-
run it like a clubhouse. Bros!
Pandemic stuff happens. All of these companies end up looking for ways out. DC finds a lifeboat, does it way too hastily, doesn't really get all their ducks in a row, but kind of at Diamond's hand. Everybody forgets that part.
Mhm.
Diamond was trying to play hardball because nobody has broken away from them before. And DC went like, do you know who we are? We're owned by people with billions. You doinguses? And so they left. They made their own thing. They still kind of have one of them, Lunar. There is a big possibility that DC kind of shifts their stuff over to Penguin Random House because they already handle the graphic novels.
Yeah, no, it would be so easy.
Oh yeah, I forgot that.
Oh my god, that's so wow.
Power Mall.
I mean, I went to school in Red Deer, so I shouldn't be surprised by this, but I'm continuously
Yeah, Bauer Mall would have been the mall that you were closest to.
Yes, it was, and I never went. Because
Never
why
went?
Well,
No, they didn't have a bookstore anymore. You're right.
yeah, why would I
The
go to a
Chapters
mall
was
without
over
a
there.
bookstore? That's
They used to have one, and the Chapters opened really close.
what kind of woman do you take me for?
A very smart and sexy woman.
Thank you. That's very sweet. No, I legit just stayed on campus because I was one, broke, and two, I didn't drive. So where the heck was I supposed to go?
Baroque like the style. You were Baroque.
Yeah. The diamond industry is a baroque. All right. Anyway, that was a really bad community reference.
Diamond Comics. She's the worst.
We've been watching Parks and Rec again. We're on
Anyways.
season 6. I'm sad that it's going to be over again. It's going to make me cry.
Because Diamond is the worst, and because the pandemic causes everybody to look at their finances, you can actually listen to some podcasts by Ed Brubaker from around that era. I would suggest listening to an off panel in around March, April,
Oh, wow.
and
yeah.
the from last year, and then a word balloon from April, May from last year, where you can kind of see the progression of what happened with Image and this fear that's there. And this is the on the record stuff, let alone what was said outside of that, which I'm not actually privy to, but was hinted at. Ed Brubaker talking about people who had books at Image who were not getting paid because Diamond stopped payment to all of their vendors immediately, and then had to work out a payment plan when things came back, basically. So Image being tied.
Guess who didn't have to stop paying their bills during the pandemic?
These bitches right here.
Yeah.
You want to know why? Because we divested ourselves from Diamond forever ago, except for the single issues.
Which we couldn't.
Yeah, no one was getting single issues, but we were still getting new, fresh content in the form of graphic novels from pros distributors like Penguin Random House. Now, Penguin Random House has some cash flow. They actually have a system set up, a brilliant system that we actually were able to look more into today.
Mhm.
That is that can do pretty much everything, and they're actually adding more stuff to it for when October 1st, when they fully take on all of Marvel's product, will be utilized, including things like final order cutoffs, so that we can adjust our orders properly up or down, and all these kind of things like that. Like, they have the cash flow to make this pivot. Diamond doesn't. Diamond has needed to change their system to be competitive in a market where graphic novels are actually far and away the biggest money generator of new product coming out. It is almost double the scale of cash produced for the modern industry for new product. And they didn't pivot towards this. They didn't do their business towards this. The comics industry, the product is flimsy to the point where Penguin actually says we're going to be dealing with all of this product from one of our warehouses that will be keyed into doing this. And those boxes will only ship single issues because it is a delicate product with a low price point. And that requires a lighter touch, a specific touch. They're not packaging anything else with these single issues. No graphic novels with it. Those will ship separately. Because they thought about this. Their FAQs thought about everything. What happens with the discounts? Well, they told you. What happens with shipping? Well, it's free because it's freaking standard in this industry, except for Diamond and Lunar. But they're not like a distributor. They were a means to an end.
Yeah, the direct market has a long way to catch up with the book market. And the book market is where we all want to be. But a lot of people, retailers, publishers, distributors, they're dragging their heels. And that's not going to help anybody. It's only going to hurt customers.
Yeah. So this document, which answers pretty much any questions. If you have questions, ask us, because it's in that document and we read it.
All right. Ben needs to refill his popcorn. Oh, I wish I could be eating popcorn, but it'd be very crunchy right now. All right. I will enjoy the popcorn.
I'm going to eat the microphone.
Please don't eat the microphone. They're very expensive. I will enjoy the popcorn vicariously. I am almost done my grape juice. I will probably stop for the show, and then I'll probably drink more grape juice.
It is gonna happen.
Clink.
So yeah, what we have here is a situation where Marvel kind of looks at the landscape.
What we have here is a failure to communicate.
Ding ding. And atypical for them makes a positive decision.
Oh God.
Many positive decisions, including looking at the mistakes that DC made when they changed, partly due to the situation that DC was in. Taking a longer route, making sure all the I's are dotted, all the T's are crossed, to the point where this was announced on a Thursday. Who makes these big announcements on Thursdays? You either drop the bomb late on Friday and go have fun on the weekend if you think it's bad news.
Mm-hmm. Like
you
the provincial government.
Yeah, or you get that stuff happening earlier in the week. But they avoided Wednesday, and I appreciate that, because Wednesday would have been a nightmare if that happened. All of the FAQs say that Marvel and Penguin Random House and the system that they're setting up, that that they realize that they've thought of these angles, that they have seen the mistakes that some others have made, and they're course correcting. They're making sure the system works. For some really large companies, it means that their Marvel discount is going to go down. That includes the shipping rate. That's going to suck for you. However, it evens the playing field across the board.
Yeah, and there are more small comic shops than big comic shops. That is a high majority of folks like us who have one store, there are 2 employees, and it will help us.
Yeah, and we're not the smallest of potatoes anymore. We actually have a very decent discount. It's one of the upper tiers for Marvel. Now, our discounts going down, but our shipping to Canada is disappearing entirely, which means we're actually going to come out better from this. And when people in the States complain and they're just like, well, my shipping's only been this and I'm getting this. Y'all been living easy, kid. You haven't had to live that hard. And you know what? Yeah, it's going to suck, but it can be done. You know how I know it? Because we done it. We're doing it. Everybody up here has been doing it. Everybody overseas has been doing it. But you're so hard done by because now you have to checks notes, do your freaking job.
I am in incredible pain.
You can do it. You just don't want to.
No, I think it's too easy for a lot of shops, and a lot of shops don't do the work. They don't get put in the time.
It's a wild thing to say that, like, because the comics industry is a hard thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
But just sort of like capitalism in general, if you've been grandfathered into a certain point, there's been bonuses that you've been able to ride on. And extras that you've been able to have or whatnot. And yes, it always does suck when you have to maybe give a little back. But I feel like a lot of this is like those folks out there who are like, well, you can't just negate people's student debts. I had to pay my student debt. And that's basically like going back in time and being like, this woman shouldn't be able to vote. I wasn't able to vote, so she shouldn't be able to. The fights that we fight to get to where we are, they matter. And yes, you got a nice special thing. You were the good special boy. Congratulations. That's good. But the world changes and the needs change and the industry changes. And in fact, it's moving more towards graphic novels. Penguin Random House is uniquely situated to provide the graphic novel coverage. They are taking on the comics thing. They do not have to do this. I don't think it's even in their best interest to do this. And it's still happening. They're building this functionality. They're hiring people. They're tasking a whole warehouse to do it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's in part to keep a version of this industry running. It's because Marvel, I believe, communicated the importance of the serialization in terms of their business model and DC's business model to build graphic novels. It spreads out the monetization for this product that is lifting up the industry. It is a long-term goal. Penguin Random House is probably not making a whole lot off of distributing single issues.
Nobody would. That's just not in the numbers.
It's not how it works. Not with the way things cost, not with the way things ship, not with everything. And these older school retailers are just like, well, I'm going to lose this discount. Yes, because it's for the health of the industry, not for you. It makes it viable for an outfit like Penguin to do this, because the alternative in this situation is for things to collapse. There is a specific line that is very telling in the release, and I'm going to bring this up because it is nasty, kids.
Yeah, it's very pointed. And just while he's doing that, Austin says, I'm looking forward to seeing if the UK comic shops come out with more benefits than just the shipping. Absolutely. What's good for North America is often not good for the UK. I am hoping that there is an agreement with Random House UK as well. What I saw today is that there is not currently. I am hoping, and I don't pray, but I'm praying that the UK comic shops will be supported as well, because there's a lot of good comic shops out there. It's not just a North American thing. We can't, we think about comics as a North American thing, and then manga everywhere else. And there's almost like these two camps, but there's so much more than that.
Yeah. And it does look like they are actively building solutions. They're doing it right now.
They're thinking about it. Yeah, like it's there, and it wasn't there when DC left, and Diamond UK had to kind of fill in till the end of the year.
Yeah.
And that was kind of half.
And it's still going on now.
It's still,
Apparently DC did have the UK figured out, but the partner there pulled out at the last second.
Exactly.
I would guess
Yeah.
Forbidden Planet. That's my guess, because they're the biggest that type distributor over there.
Yeah, so Diamond UK is still filling in, but it is a long-term issue. And I think that if you think Canada is a second thought, imagine being in the UK.
So here's the paragraph that is really telling. The emphasis, of course, will be mine. This is from Marvel's part of the press release. After a thorough analysis of the market environment, Marvel has chosen Penguin Random House as its distribution partner to create a sustainable, productive supply chain and enhanced infrastructure for Marvel publications that will benefit comics retailers and fans alike for years to come. They needed to do this partnership to create a sustainable option.
Because there wasn't a current sustainable option.
Yeah. Like, that's very telling. That they looked at the market and realized what exists now is not stable. And to that point, they're right. Penguin Random House has the cash flow and cash on hand to make this system work. Diamond does not have the cash flow to pivot to get to the proper graphic novel distribution and deal with the loss of their two biggest distributors, which amount to, at some points, 80% of the comics market. You're down to 20%, Diamond. You are, according to what's happening here, you are now a sub-distributor. You are a wholesale component of this. Penguin distributes and you wholesale it to people. You're not going to be the best option. And you're going to charge for shipping. This is not going to end well for you unless you have some magic secret. You can sell off some of your warehouses. You should, because you don't need 3 anymore.
No, you definitely still need one in Canada, though.
Yeah, and you didn't get one. So, boo on you.
I honestly think that, I mean, obviously this wouldn't have changed everything, but if they had one in Canada, things would have been a bit different.
Yeah, Paul brings up a good point. So what happens to the independent publishers? Well, a lot of the independent publishers do actually have a lot of means. Now, Lunar would be a very good option. I do believe that Penguin Random House would probably be open to some take in. But if Diamond was really smart, they would consolidate down and pare down their staffing and whatnot to be that distributor. Outside of that, there are really good small press graphic novel distributors that are happening, and a lot of these companies do direct shipping already, and some of them do direct shipping at a cheaper rate, at least in the States, to folks. Now, what might end up happening is that it might be a little more expensive to get some product up to Canada unless there's sort of like a batch type thing that can be reached if there's a specific distributor. If there's a distributor up here in Canada that could form out and bring in the product and get it to people, there would still be extra costs because of duty. One of the things that Diamond was actually good at was kind of that bundle package up to Canada, and that won't be there. So some of the bigger companies will probably end up doing something with Penguin Random House. They are setting up basically this form of distribution. I would be shocked if some of the bigger companies weren't popping up there, especially now that they're actually also in the process of buying Simon & Schuster, which has a lot of the independent graphic novels.
Yeah, it does.
Happening.
Yeah. So Image, Dark Horse, Boom, Aspen, Zenoscope. A lot of them will be a bit hooped. Dark Horse and Boom, for their graphic novels, they have other distributors, but the single issues are going to change. The single issue market is going to change wildly, probably this year. Image needs a lifeline. They don't have another distributor for their graphic novels. They are only with Diamond.
And they were locked in with a contract.
Yeah, and if they want to survive, they have to figure out something else.
Yep.
Because what?
Like we talked about before, like Ed Brubaker is saying that they weren't paying people.
Yep.
Because they didn't have the cash flow, because Diamond stopped paying them, and so they couldn't pay the creators.
Yeah, it just goes down the chain. It goes down the chain. And so Image putting all their eggs in one basket is not helpful. Diamond putting all their eggs in one basket. Most retailers putting all their eggs in one basket. Image, what if we lose Image?
Now, Image will be fine, and I'll tell you why.
All right.
Kirkman got Walking Dead money.
That is fair. But they still need another distributor. Kirkman cannot survive by funding everything. They still need to try.
Exactly. But what I'm saying is he would have the bridge funding if something bad happened, right?
That's fair, but they still have an exclusive.
Yes, but that's what I'm saying. He could provide the bridge funding for if something bad happened. And when something bad happens, I mean Diamond closing.
That's fair. And then the legalese would be moot.
Exactly. Because like Diamond closes, you're not obviously tied to them. They're bankrupt. They can't provide you with the services. And in fact, they could probably have a good argument that Diamond breached terms of service because they weren't distributing for that time.
Yeah, absolutely. We thought they were going to do it last year, to be honest. To sue them kind of in that way. Tyson says, is Diamond still pushing the statues? They are. And I think if they wanted to move into that area with statues and action figures and some games, if they wanted to pivot away from comics, I think they could make that work.
Austin says, and Invincible money. And for a little bit of time there, some Outcast money. And Skybound Games also there. So Super Fight. They got Super Fight money. For those of you who played Super Fight. They have quite a range of stuff. Action figures, the whole deal. Kirkman is making that bank. And making enough bank that for the titles that come out from Skybound, they're put into production. And the first issue is often a year old when it actually comes out. That includes his books. That includes people working with him to put out the product. Stillwater was written and produced forever ago, like two years ago, basically. And the first 6 issues came out like 6 months ago, basically. Same with Firepower. It's been in production forever. And he's got the money to pay people to produce these things. Like, Image is going to be fine. And who knows, Image might do the pivot. Kirkman might do the pivot and build a distributor. He's got the money for that too.
That's true.
He loves comics. And he would be the type of person to be like, hey, if I can float the small publishers, the people like me who had to struggle doing things like Battle Pope, building my name, and struggling all those years to get something out, for Invincible to almost be canceled at issue 13, to rise up past that because sales were just terrible, and to turn things around, dude almost didn't make it. He's the type of dude, Skybound's the type of company that would probably be like, hey, we can actually take some of this on. So I think broadly, the comics industry is fine. The single issues are going to be fine. We get a lot of product outside of Diamond, and it's not that bad for cost. It's really fine. But you got to change with the times, and a lot of places aren't going to. So kudos to Marvel for this decision, for the well thought out plan, for the time that it's going to take for people to change things over. I believe early May is the deadline for people to get their proper Penguin Random House accounts up and running so that they can be guaranteed some of the hardcover product coming out in October. So get up on that.
We've had a Penguin account for a while now, and we love it, and we love our rep.
Mhm.
And actually, I had been, we'd been allowed to set up with the new portal for about a month now, and admittedly, I have been putting it off because this month has been a bonkers. So I set that up today, and it's fantastic, honestly. I emailed our rep and customer service just saying how good it was, because, like, you should always tell people when they do good things, because we only really I say we in general, people only hear when you do bad things. And so what we've always tried to do is tell people when they're doing a good job, which for Diamond a lot of the time our rep was hearing not good things, so we tried to call him when things were good and when he was doing a good job.
Young Douglas.
Yes,
Douglas
we do miss our rep, Doug. I do hope he's okay. I have absolutely no idea what has happened to him. I don't know if he was furloughed or if he's still working there, because once the pandemic hit, everybody lost their reps, and it was basically you just got put into this pile, this system.
Yeah, and they kept all of the old guard, and not the folks who were hustling their butts off, like Douglas Youngs. Super amazing at his job. Did a great job. We hope that he's doing great.
Yeah, I mean, he has a family. I think his wife's a teacher. Like, he was just a really great guy.
Really good people. We like to get to know our reps as comfortable to their points of comfort, basically. Because they are working with us and we're working with them, and together we can build things up. If we're just sniping at each other,
yeah, that's not gonna get anything done.
If it's just like, here's all the garbage and nothing good coming at you, I feel like it's part of the reasons why our reps tend to work with us in a lot of ways. We hear from so many people who are basically just like, well, had a terrible experience with Universal, with Penguin, with
Lunar,
with etc. We have had very few bad experiences. The bad experiences that we have, we work through.
Mm-hmm.
We thank them for their time.
Yeah, because we know it's hard for everybody. It's not anybody's fault.
And people make mistakes. And generally speaking, the rep that you're speaking to did not make the mistake you're calling them about.
Yeah, 99% of the time it's something beyond their control. But because they're your rep, you talk to them. And so you have to go in understanding. I mean, you can't just go in yelling. And the rare times that I have, if I've had to call someone for comics specifically, or someone for like personal, or like, phone bill or whatever, I go in and I go, I'm so sorry. I'm very mad right now. It's not your fault. And I know it's not your fault. Please understand why I am mad. And I try to communicate that even with like Universal stuff.
Yeah.
Our reps have been amazing there.
Outstanding.
And they're usually just as mad as we are, because it's usually something just in the chain of all the chains.
Yeah.
So yeah, just be kind to people that you have to call. I think in any industry, just kind of check in. Everyone's trying to do their job, and if they're not, well, talk to them. It's better than just shouting.
Yeah. If someone gives you good reason, like if they straight up tell you that they do not want to do their job, or are just bad people about it, like misogyny, sexism, etc.
Oh yeah, if they're a jerk face, no.
Take them to task, because that's not a person you can work with.
Excuse me.
Nor should you.
No, most people aren't jerk faces. They're just trying to do their job. It's the point. You have to kind of take a step back and recognize which one you're dealing with.
Yeah. So anyways, that's our long, very tipsy take on all the things that are happening.
Yes.
We should probably wrap this up because we are actually a little bit over what we usually do.
Yeah, I figured we would be.
Yeah.
I wanted to get any information out there. Please let us know if you have any questions. As a customer to the store, generally you won't have to notice anything.
Mhm.
In a perfect world, it would be completely flawless, or we would be, it's behind a curtain. But we like to communicate.
Mhm.
We like to let people know what's going on behind the scenes.
Just like the DC change,
Exactly.
you noticed almost nothing except for the time that FedEx really bunged up a shipment.
Mhm.
And after that happened,
Yep.
new protocols were put into place where if there is a problem, we got our next week's shipment on Wednesday.
Yeah. We've been getting it earlier and earlier every week, which was amazing.
Yeah.
For a while there, we were getting it on Friday and then Thursday. And then this week we got it on Wednesday for next week. So we have our DC stuff. I'm very excited about that. It's a small shipment, but it exists and it's in our store. And so we know we have it. We can report damages early.
And we know if there is a FedEx problem,
Yes.
if there's not a delivery date listed properly, if it skipped it, we have sometimes up to a week to figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
They are proactive, and yeah, we're very happy with the place the industry is in, where it's going,
Mm-hmm.
and we hope that all this information helped everybody out there. Like Danica said, if you do want to know more,
Yes.
we do know more.
Ask us any question. No question is stupid. Seriously.
Mhm.
A lot of this is specific to our industry. So it can be weird. It can seem kind of out of sorts. It'll make sense to us because we're kind of in the mud.
Mhm.
But that's okay. Let us know whatever you want, or don't ask questions at all because you're like, you know what? I got my comics. I'm good. I'm chill. And that's cool. We have all the range of people that come to the store, which is totally legit. But we are here to explain to you what's going on behind the scenes. If you need, if you don't, if you're just like, hey, where's my comic? We'll look into it. We'll let you know if something's late or why it's late. We try to be as proactive as possible as well. Obviously, we are human and there's a lot of moving pieces considering how many subscribers we have, how many
Mhm.
special orders we have going on. But we are trying our best, and all we can ask is that, you be as kind to us as we are to our other links in the chain.
Yeah.
So, y'all have been awesome. Thank you so much for watching this tonight.
Yeah.
I know we got a little silly. It's been a little stressful today. So, next week, probably no grape juice, but who knows what's going to happen. So tomorrow, we've got Mr. Shots here talking our final order cutoffs at, is it 3:10?
3:10, baby.
3:10 p.m. Mountain Time. So if you want to know what's on final order cutoff this weekend, that's due out a couple weeks from now, 3 to be specific. Check in with him on our feeds, and if not, our next show is Monday,
baby.
Monday. Awesome. Banjo sounds. I love it. I love it. Thank you all so much for joining us. Thanks for putting up with our hectic nature. I'm going to go eat some carbs to soak up some of this grape juice, and then I'm going to go to bed. Love you all. Bye.